Well, if you look in my videos, you will see a feature about Meatloaf and Bat Out of Hell, and how I covered that, and a couple of stories about me first hearing it, etc. So that's worth you looking back on if you do get a chance. Anyway, what I'm going to show you is number 15 in my top 20 albums that I particularly rate anyway, and I play probably more than others in one way or another. Bat Out of Hell was always going to be a very difficult album to follow, and then there was going to be this other album which I'm going to show you now, Jim Steinman, and this album's called Bad for Good. It was recorded in August 1980 to March 1981. The original idea was that this was going to be a Meatloaf album, but Meatloaf had vocal problems, as he was prone to at times, because so much force in his voice. So it ended up being a Jim Steinman record. A bit of a story to this. There was pressure put on Jim Steinman and Meatloaf to come off. Well, they'd been pressured to be on the road, and then for Jim Steinman to come off the road and get on writing this new album. It was going to be called Renegade Angel, but various things happened anyway. Meatloaf's vocal problems, as I've said. So from what I gather, Steinman joined Meatloaf and his band for a live performance in Toronto, Ontario, and that was 1978 that they met up there, and the intention was of going through the songs for the new album after the show. However, someone broke into the dressing room and stole the lyric book and all the background notes for that. So anyway, that's the excuse that's given out. There's probably some other sort of reason that we're not being told anyway, and besides of which, both of them are deceased now, so who's to say. I bought this in 1981 from a Virgin shop in Birmingham. It was opposite the old Lewis's. Can't remember what that road was called anyway, but it wasn't the one in Ball Street. That came a lot later. I'm very taken by the cover. I'd heard good things about this, so I thought, yes, I must have it anyway. So here we go. Just Jim Steinman. Now, he came in for a lot of criticism of his vocals on this. Well, you can't really compare, can you, to Meatloaf? On this, it says, I know that I'm gonna be like this forever. I'm never gonna be what I should. And you think that I'll be bad for just a while, but I know that I'll be bad for good. Right, I love that illustration, and there's a tattoo up the man's arm there, bad for good. Right, now on the back, I'll tell you what it says here. Words and music, lead vocals and assorted keyboards, Jim Steinman. Produced by Todd Rundgren and Jim Steinman. Arranged by Jim Steinman with Roy Bittan and Todd Rundgren. Well, Roy Bittan worked with David Bowie, as you'll probably recall. Mixed and produced with John Jansen. Side 1, Bad for Good, Lost Boys and Golden Girls, Love and Death and American Guitar, Stark Raving Love. Side 2, Out of the Frying Pan and Into the Fire, Surf's Up, Dance in My Pants, Left in the Dark. And then there is, as you will see on here, bit of notification about it, there's an EP. It says EP Selections, The Storm, performed by the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by Stephen Margoshes, produced by Andrew Kadzim. I've got the dog's teeth in today. Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through, produced by Jimmy Iovine and Jim Steinman, engineered by Shelley Yakus and John Jansen. The musicians, guitars Todd Rundgren, piano Roy Bittan, drums Max Weinberg, drums also Joe Stefko, bass Kasim Sultan, bass Steve Puslow. They had a few bass players, didn't they? Featured vocals Rory Dodd and Carla DeVito. Background vocals Rory Dodd, Todd Rundgren, blah 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 blah. I won't bother you with all that anyway. Additional guitars Davy Johnson. Well, that will be Davy Johnson that played with Elton John for years, won't it? Cover art by Richard Corbin. Cover concept Jim Steinman. And it came out on Epic. There's a sticker here that was on the front of the cellophane that was on it, and for some reason I peeled it off there and just stuck it on the back. I may take that off and put it in that book that I've got all the hype stickers, as I'm told they're called. It says here, includes free 7-inch disc, Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through, which I've just mentioned, Other Side of the Storm. And there you have it. Any other notifications? Let's have a look inside here. Let's have a look. There's all the lyrics. You don't tend to get this so much these days, you know, do you? The album, I'll probably need to change that sleeve because there's a tiny bit of foxing on it. Now this is, let's just put that down here. There's never any space, is there? There's the freebie 7-inch with it. I don't think I actually played this one, but it's good to have, isn't it? It's nice keepsake. No, it's never been played. That I was looking to see if they've got any little messages in the run out. I used to love that. Do you remember those things on Bob Dylan albums and some bootlegs, Porky Prime Cut and messages like that? And there used to be some on Elvis Costello, the early LPs as well on stuff. Right, I shall pop that in there. I'm not sure actually how well it did when it was released. I think a lot of people would have had expectations of, oh, here we go, another Bat Out of Hell. From what I read, at a later date, Meatloaf incorporated some of the tracks from this album in some of his live shows. I've got a live radio-only promo that I bought from Danny Reddington's record shop in Birmingham, and that's of Bat Out of Hell performed live at a place called My Father's Place, and it's like a pink sort of sepia type cover. Interesting though, I can remember how much I paid for that as well. I think it was something like about £22 for radio transmission only. Then the running time for this is 61 minutes and 52 seconds. So let me know what you think of this. I'm sure somebody will read up and tell me something that I don't know already. Anyway, there's a lot of things that I don't know, but still I'm always interested in reading them. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this, as it's my number 15 choice in my top 20. Bye for now. Have a great day. If you have enjoyed it, tick a like, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because it's helping me as a channel anyway. And I always like to have new members. Bye for now.